You know, sleep is a basic need. It's an essential need. And a lot of repair and restoration that happens cellularly and physiologically is happening at night.
Your brain drains when you sleep.
Absolutely. Brain repair, restoration from your daily activities happens at night. And when you have that sleep deficit, you start to get in the way of that repair.
Yeah.
And you really are having a breakdown of functioning.
Yes.
It's really essential.
Maintaining emotional well-being. It's such a big deal for people, right?
Yeah, it's huge. It's one of the things that we talk about with people all the time.
Yeah, I would say 50% of our conversation is about anxiety, overwhelm, maybe depression, stress that people are experiencing.
I think that is something that maybe people don't even realize that you know, when we talk about, why, you know, people say, why are you talking about people's problems? Or why are you talking about, you know, this aspect of somebody's life? And the real core answer is our health encompasses our mental, emotional health and our physical body.
Yep.
And they are so interconnected and there's no separation.
Yeah. They are not mutually exclusive.
No, exactly.
Yep. Yeah.
And so as you were saying, you know, when we're looking at people's health history forms, some of their chief complaints, one of them always has to do with their emotional well-being.
Without fail.
Yeah.
And it's really important to talk about that because that's part of who the person is. We also have at the end of our form, have you experienced any traumas? And it is also really important to know where people are coming from and where they've been in their life because it makes up their emotional landscape, right?
Yes.
Things that we've been through. And so we think it's so important to help people understand how they can better maintain their emotional health, right? And you always say a big part of it is starting with physical health, right?
Yeah, because we've all been in the position where we are tired or stressed or overwhelmed, but when we're feeling like our physical body is tired, if we're not sleeping well or eating well and we haven't exercised,
no bueno.
We're all of a sudden like snapping at our partners or irritated with our coworkers, or our mental clarity goes down the drain. We just don't have stamina or endurance to really show up.
Yeah.
We get in arguments with people. I mean, you see people driving in traffic and screaming at other drivers, and you just know that that physical body is probably under a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And so talking about how do I maintain emotional well-being, one of the foundational pieces to that is caring for your physical body. And we always talk about our 3 pillars of health.
Yep.
Exercise and movement, nutrition, and sleep.
Right. So if those things aren't in place, I instantly revert to my lower self, right? I cannot operate in my highest self, my best self, myself that can handle things better and has a better outlook if I am not getting exercise, which I say is the best anti-anxiety, antidepressant medicine there is. I look at patients and say that every single day. If you want to feel better, you need to exercise. It is for the brain.
Yeah, I mean, our bodies are made to move.
Yep.
And something that I talk about with patients is, you know, when we move, we have better circulation, we have better blood flow.
Yep.
And without healthy blood flow, when things get stagnant, we feel that. We feel the symptoms of stagnation. We feel stuck emotionally. We feel irritable. Our muscles feel tense. And that movement and exercise is an amazing cure for that.
It is. And then we talk about nutrition, right? And I just had a patient yesterday who told me, you know, every time I come home from a trip, I get this sickness and I get so tired and so overwhelmed and so anxious. And I talked to her for a half an hour and I figured out that it's because she goes off the rails with her eating plan, right? And she's consuming all this food that is not anti-inflammatory for her, that she's not used to eating, and she gets sick. But a lot of it is mental, emotional. I mean, I'm the first one to admit that if I eat the wrong things, I am irritable, I am angry, and I am tired.
And like, what are some of the symptoms of that? Brain fog?
Brain fog. I would say people don't realize that their overwhelm and their anxiety can go up a lot when they're eating foods that don't agree with them.
Yeah, because there's that strong like gut-brain connection.
And the exhaustion that you can get when you're eating food that does not work for your body
Yes.
is so profound. And people are like, there's something really wrong with me. I mean, I've been to the doctor. I'm trying to solve this. Like something's really off.
Yeah.
And I say, listen, I know, I hear you. I think you're poisoning yourself. So here's what we're going to do. And inevitably they come back to me and say, Sarah, you were right.
Yeah.
I feel like $1,000,000. I'm like, good to know your body was screaming.
Yeah.
So how can you feel good? How can you feel happy and vibrant and calm and like life is easy when you're poisoning yourself? So food is important.
And how do you tune in and listen?
Right.
You know, so it just starts with the awareness that food is actually our medicine.
Yeah.
And it's our fuel.
Yeah.
So
it's my passion.
Yeah, it is your passion. And we just can't ignore that aspect.
Yeah. And then my other passion...
Your passion for sleep.
My passion for sleep.
Yeah, our third pillar of health.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had another patient 2 days ago that said to me, I hadn't seen her in a while. She's like, I've just been so busy and I've been so stressed and I have this new position at work, and she does have a really high powered position. And we we're going through some things and talking about self-care. And I said, okay, but are you sleeping? And she said, I'm an Olympic sleeper. And I gave her a high five. I'm like, that is what's sustaining you right now.
Yes.
That is why you haven't totally fallen apart, because you are committed to sleeping 9 to 6 every single day. Sleep is so important for mental health. If I don't get enough sleep, I literally start crying.